Do you ever feel overwhelmed by the ever-changing world of technology? Tech It Out can help make some sense of it all. Breaking down geek speak into street speak, technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman covers consumer technology each week for every listener. Mark tackles the latest news, reviews, and how-tos to help you understand what's hot, what's not, and why.
Hey everyone, welcome to episode 195 of Tech It Out. Hope you're all having a great weekend so far, and happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there in Radio Land. I do want to wish my mom, Honey, a very happy Mother's Day. Yes, she's as sweet as her name. So blessed to have you in my life, Mom. And I do also want to wish my wife, Kelly, a very happy Mother's Day. She's an extraordinary mom to our 3 teenagers. Gulp. We have a great Tech It Out show planned for you this hour. Speaking of Mother's Day, we'll chat with tech expert Amber Mack about some Mother's Day gadget gift suggestions. We'll talk with Facebook about a new feature they're rolling out called Neighborhoods, which is only available in 4 cities right now and being tested across Canada, but rolling out across the United States shortly. So we're going to get a preview on Facebook Neighborhoods, which is kind of like next door. Also on this show, we're going to chat with digital lifestyle expert Mario Armstrong about some great tech for the spring. And finally, it's Small Business Week, so I'll share a few tech tools for your small business to help you stay on your game. All of this and more on a brand new Tech It Out, powered by ASUS, for those in search of incredible. I'll tell you more about ASUS shortly, but let's officially kick off this week's brand new Tech It Out with our first interview. Facebook is testing Neighborhoods. It's a new feature that gives you an option to join your neighborhood community to stay in touch about hyper-local issues or find nearby businesses, or maybe to solicit babysitting jobs for your kids to other families on the street. I don't know. But to tell us all about Facebook Neighborhoods, being tested in Canada as well as in 4 U.S. cities, is Reed Patton. She's joining us on the line, and she is the lead product manager at Facebook for Neighborhoods. Thanks for your time, Reed. Good to chat with you.
Great to chat with you too, Mark. Thank you so much for having me. Happy to be here today.
Great. So why don't we start off at a high level? What is Neighborhoods all about?
Yes. So we know that everyone is a part of a local community. And by talking to people who use Facebook across countries and across different communities, we heard one need pretty loud and clear, which is people want to feel more connected to and invested in the local community around them, the people and places in their area. And people have always turned to Facebook for their local community needs in some way, shape, or form, whether that's finding a great local parenting group or rallying support for a business during this past year with our fundraisers, or even just getting a local recommendation. Facebook has always been a part of people's local community experiences. And local community has become even more important during this past year in the pandemic, when people were separated from their friends, from their family, oftentimes states or even countries away. And so people had to turn to their local community for support. And so this is why we're really excited to launch Facebook Neighborhoods, which is the single destination on Facebook for your local community experience. So it's designed to help you meet and connect with your neighbors, find and participate in local groups, and discover local tips, recommendations, and places.
Got it. All right. So you mentioned the pandemic. I was going to ask you if this product, Neighborhoods, was born out of COVID-19 or if it's been in the works for a while. And it's just that you've noticed that over the last year, and understandably so, the focus on hyper-local information, whether it's supporting local businesses to help keep them afloat during this crisis, or buying and selling things locally because of, again, the financial impact of the pandemic.
We've been working on Neighborhoods for a while before the pandemic. And this last year has really illustrated just how important those local community connections are. We saw people really having to turn to their local community to get help or, get a ride to the grocery store or find toilet paper. It was really people's local communities that was helping get them through this pandemic.
Got it. With that in mind, Reed, what are some of the key ways that you're finding people are using Facebook neighborhoods in your test markets? Like, for example, my wife right now is right at this moment picking up some weights for her gym from someone that she found on Facebook Marketplace. The price was right. So is that the kind of thing that you would also turn to Facebook neighborhoods for?
With Facebook neighborhoods, we're really most interested in strengthening people's connection to their local communities. And we see people already using neighborhoods in a couple ways. The first is really just around meeting and connecting with their neighbors. So we're seeing people reach out to their neighbors and get connected because they're borrowing bananas for baking bread when banana baking was a very big thing. And we're seeing people organize socially distanced walking groups so that they have some connection during this pandemic. We also really see neighborhoods being used as this local community hub where people are finding a ton of value from neighborhoods because they're able to discover a lot of local groups that they might not have been aware of before. And then they can participate in those local groups right from the neighborhood feed. One of my favorite stories is someone in Calgary found a local group for Aurora Borealis chasers, which is dedicated to talking about where and when you can see the Aurora Borealis in your area. And so now she's part of this really active group of people who share her interests because she found it on neighborhoods. And then the last thing we really see is neighborhoods is really useful for just getting local tips and recommendations, whether it's the best hike to go on in the weekend that's close to your area or the best dentist to take your kid to because he has a cavity. People are really turning to neighborhoods to get these tips and recommendations that are really local and relevant.
We're chatting with Reed Patton, lead product manager at Facebook for neighborhoods being rolled out across the platform. How would you say this differs from Nextdoor, which seems to be the most obvious competition in this space?
With neighborhoods, we care a lot about giving people the tools to create active, strong, and vibrant local communities. We want to strengthen that connection to your local community. And you can see this throughout the different features we've built in the product. So, for example, you can create a neighborhoods profile and add your interests and your favorite places, and then go to the neighborhoods directory, which is a place where we kind of like to say it's the neighborhood's personality, where it shows the overlap between you and your neighbors as far as what your interests and what you care about are. So you could go to the directory and see that there's someone who's as passionate about board games or about skiing as you are. And then even the neighborhood's feed, which is kind of the local watering hole of where the conversation happens, we built a series of features to help people get started making those connections, whether it's leveraging one of our introduction post prompts to get started in your conversation, or answering one of the neighborhood questions that we put into the feed a couple times a week, like what your neighborhood could be called if its name was different, to just have these lightweight conversations with your neighbors. And then I think one of the other things that we're doing for local communities and helping strengthen people's connections there is this feature we're working on called Neighborhood Roles, where we heard from people who have already been using and testing neighborhoods that they wanted additional ways to participate and contribute. And so now people in neighborhoods can take on roles like the socializer or the welcomer or a helper to offer support to their neighbors around them. So I think really that's where our energy is focused right now, is all on this local community connection.
Okay, got it. As we wrap up, Reed, and as a call to action, how does this work exactly? Is it integrated already within Facebook, or is this a dedicated Facebook Neighborhoods app? Or
it's within the Facebook app. So it's a new surface completely dedicated to your neighborhood. And to join, you confirm your location by sharing your location, and we only need that location once, and then you can turn it off. You create a separate neighborhoods profile, which pulls over your name, your cover photo, and your profile picture from your Facebook profile. you review and accept our neighborhood guidelines to make sure that this space is staying kind and inclusive. And to join, your profile needs to be in good standing. You need to be 18 years or older. And once you've done that, you're off to the races.
All right. Facebook.com or the Facebook app. And then you can do a search for the word neighborhoods, I guess, through the URL, or is there a tab?
It's just on iOS, on iPhone and Android. It's not available on web. And to get going, there's multiple ways. If it's available in your area, you should either get a notification. If you open up the Facebook app, you should see a banner at the top of Facebook announcing that Neighborhoods is available in your area. And then if you don't see it there, you can go check in your bookmarks tab where other Facebook features are, and Neighborhoods should be there to join. And you can also search it if you want to go that way. So there are multiple ways that people can find neighborhoods and get started connecting with their community.
Thank you so much, Reed. Reed Patton is, again, the lead product manager at Facebook for a new feature called Neighborhoods. Thank you again, Reed. All the best.
Thank you, Mark. It was great talking with you.
By the way, the 4 U.S. cities Neighborhoods is being tested in by Facebook. It's Charlotte, North Carolina, San Diego, California, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and Newark, New Jersey. Stick with us. We'll be right back with more Tech It Out.
Listen to Tech It Out whenever you want. Find the Tech It Out podcast at iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back, everyone. You're listening to Tech It Out, powered by ASUS for those in search of incredible. ASUS creates technology for today and tomorrow's smart life, and that includes its line of award-winning laptops and desktops, monitors, tablets, smartphones, smartwatches, and much more. For those in search of incredible, visit asus.com/US/radio for more info. That's asus.com/US/radio. Spring is the perfect time to make upgrades to your home. Whether you're looking for smart home tech or more traditional improvements, digital lifestyle expert Mario Armstrong is here to cover it all. Hey Mario, how you doing?
Hey, Mark, good to be on. I'm doing great, man. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm doing okay, thanks. Yeah, given everything going on, light at the end of the tunnel, half vaccinated, my wife as well, so I'll get the first shot.
Right, I'm in the same situation, halfway there.
Awesome. Well, stay healthy, and I always look forward to chatting with you about tech. I understand you've partnered with a couple of cool brands, including one of my favorites, Ring, to supersize what your home could do. Why don't we start with a budget-friendly smart home upgrade from Ring?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is great, and you're right. Some of these brands that I partnered up with are just awesome. And Ring, never fails. My mom has a Ring. I have a Ring. So they've come out with the Ring Video Doorbell Wired, and this is a great upgrade for home security. It's only $59, by the way, which is phenomenal, and it's their smallest wired doorbell camera. It's really tiny, but it's got still great features. Even though it's like the small size, you're like, oh, do I lose out on any of the great features? No, you still get 1080p HD video, so it's still crystal clear. You still get your two-way talk, so you can use your phone and talk to the camera so someone outside the door can hear you and vice versa. It's got advanced motion detection. You still get all your alerts like straight to your phone. I don't know if you know this, or I'm sure you know this because you're a techie, but I don't know if the audience knows this, but you can also get alerts sent straight to your Alexa device. So if you have an Alexa speaker or an Echo Dot somewhere in the house and you want to get that alert there, or they even have Ring has Ring chimes. Either way, you'll always know when someone stops by is the point.
Yeah, whether you're home or not, which is what I like. You could have a conversation with someone outside your front door. They think you're inside. You could be somewhere else. I like that. That's
a really great point. And one of the different things about this is that it connects to your existing doorbell wiring, so it's got nonstop power.
Cool. All right. So that's the Ring Video Doorbell Wired, only $59, as you said. And then for Ring Protect, it's only a couple bucks a month. That's to go back in history and see who was at your door maybe earlier in the day or a few days prior. Otherwise, it's free for the live access. All right. Now let's talk about upping our game in the home office. There are tens of millions of us now working from home compared to a couple years ago. So what do you have in that department?
That's right. And the one thing that, we all could really have better enhancements with, obviously, is the sound quality of our calls and also how they look.
Yeah.
So I was really excited to find out about Poly Studio P15 personal video bar. Now, this is a video bar that really goes on top of your desktop screen. It's powerful. It's professional. This thing really makes you look not only really great just because it's got 4K clear video, but I also like that it has an automatic camera framing. So so like if you want to naturally speak, you don't have to feel like you have to be stuck in this box and be like stiff. You can be your natural self and know that the camera is going to follow you to keep you in focus. Which is great. So you have that freedom to move around a little bit. The sound quality on this, too, I've tested it. It's incredible. And the biggest thing that I like, too, is the noise-preventing technology. It's got noise block AI technology in it. I have a dog in the house, and, man, does he go off with any – and they don't even have to knock on the door, Mark. They can just be walking nearby the house, and he will just go off. So, like, him disrupting the call has been way too frequent. So I'm glad to have this now.
All right. So it's called the Poly Studio P15 personal video bar. It's kind of like a webcam on steroids, if I may. I was wondering why it was called a video bar and not a web camera, but it looks like it goes above and
beyond.
It looks like it's almost as long as many monitors. I mean, it's a serious piece of gear for those who work from home. As well, you can use it, of course, for communication and for fun, but it is a higher end device. We should caution our listeners.
It is.
Yeah? How much does it cost?
Yeah, it absolutely. Yeah, and it's certified to use with Zoom as well as with Microsoft Teams. So this is really like, if you really want to step up and you don't want to worry about this stuff anymore, this is the way to kind of go. It also works with any video app, by the way. Mm-hmm. But you're right. This is $599. So this isn't just a webcam. It's way more than that. One other thing that I often talk about, too, is that it's got the nice little privacy switch on the camera. So, like, you just toggle, the lens on or off so that you can actually physically see that the lens is closed.
That's a great feature. But here's a little hack, life hack for those listening that do not have a web camera that has a privacy shutter. You can go to your local dollar store and pick one up. Just a heads up, because you don't want to put tape over the lens of your web camera. You can be damaging it, but your local dollar store has, that's it for your existing webcam, of course. Let's now pivot and talk about video chatting on a laptop. One of my favorite laptops of the year has been the LG Gram. I mean, ridiculously light and even Guinness World Records award winning. Tell us about this family of laptops.
Mark, you hit exactly what blew me away right off the bat. Like I'm literally pausing right now because I was blown away by the size of the screen. Having a 17-inch laptop feel paperweight was just incredible to me. So you're right. It's a premium laptop. The LG Gram laptops is what we're talking about. Ultra slim, extremely lightweight. I like your word, ridiculously lightweight. Really portable, perfect for working in the home, obviously, because it's got that 17-inch screen. So it almost, gives you that big desktop monitor effect. But it's super lightweight, under 3 pounds. You can take it with you on the go. Got a long-lasting battery for all the work. And, you can do everything on it, like content creation, basic work productivity, high-end stuff that you want to do, game playing, streaming. I just think it's a really phenomenal laptop upgrade. And we're talking about starting at $799. So this isn't like a $1,500 starting point.
Hey, we'll continue chatting with Mario Armstrong about spring tech when we return. Stay with us.
Want to follow Mark? Google him. Mark with a C and Saltzman with a Z. Breaking down geek speak into street speak. This is Tech It Out. Tech It Out with technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman.
Welcome back to Tech It Out, everyone. We've got a few minutes left with Mario Armstrong. He, of course, is a seasoned technology expert. You've no doubt seen his smiling face on TV. It's great to have him on the radio program. He's joining us to chat about upgrades to your home this spring and summer. We've covered a few already. Let's now shift gears and talk about Minted.
Yeah, and Minted's one of my favorites because they always come out with something. There's several reasons. Number one, everything that you purchase directly supports the independent artist that works on the pieces. And they work with artists from around the globe, which is great. They have a global marketplace of these artists. But you can decorate your home with Minted's limited edition art collection. And some of the pieces on there just blow me away with how they look. And again, it's from an artist. And one of the things that I like about it is that it actually comes, I have it right here. It actually comes with like the certificate of authenticity, so that you can read like this art print is one of a limited edition of 350 of Night Stripes by David Michuki and Dusty white. So it tells you like the color, but like it gives you a little bit of background. Like this one is from Nairobi, Kenya. He was a design challenge winner. So it's like you get to know a little bit about this artist, not that this is just some painting or just some artwork that you're grabbing. And I love the customization options. They got high quality frames. They have museum grade matting, free shipping, free returns. And if you're looking at pricing, a framed limited edition piece of art starts at about $38, and they have sizes that range up to 48 by 70. So if you want to get a discount on these, use my discount code. You can get 20% off if you use the code Mario Frames till May 15th. Mario Frames.
Okay, awesome. Minted.com/art. I'm on it right now. I'm seeing all the different cool pieces of artwork you can buy without breaking the bank, and with the added bonus of having a discount with Mario Frames as the discount code. Is that because of your iconic glasses that you always wear, those stylish frames you always wear on TV?
No, but that is my next tip, though. It's funny. I do have on a pair of frames that are eyewear frames that are like in white right now. I look phenomenal if you could see me. I look phenomenal.
And Zenny.com, is that where you pick them up?
Yeah, Zenny.com. And the real thing, too, now, Mark, we're all working from home, so we're on these screens a lot. So protecting our eyes, really paying attention to our prescription health and all of that good stuff is really, really important. They also have some blue light blocking lenses, which is great, called Blocks. So if you want to go and check that out, having the right glasses is going to reduce your eye strain. It's going to reduce maybe getting headaches that you may be having. And they have a lot of colors and different styles to upgrade your look, both prescription and non-prescription, plus sunglasses as well. So just a lot of options. Just go to Zenny.com because the frames there start at only $6.95. And then if you wanted to add the blue light blocking on it, it starts at $16.95 to add that on to any frame that you want. So I just think it's a really great deal. I've been wearing them for several years, and I have several pair because they're inexpensive. And so from the kids to different outfits to different, they even have sports glasses.
Yep, sunglasses.
Yes, and sunglasses. Yes, perfect time for that. Yeah, thank you for saying that. Tons of styles for sunglasses.
All right, ZENNI.com. Mario, always great to chat with you. All the best. Have a great rest of your spring and into the summer, and I look forward to chatting with you again soon.
Yeah, you too, Mark. Take care. I hope the family takes care, and I'll see you all soon, and I appreciate being on.
Don't forget, we have a lot more Tech It Out coming up this hour. We're going to chat with tech expert Amber Mack about some of her best picks for Mother's Day. Yes, I know that when you're listening to this, it may be Mother's Day, depending on where you live and what station you're tuning into, or if you're listening to this in podcast form. Mother's Day may have even passed, but the idea is that these are great gifts for mom. It doesn't matter what day of the year it is, so hope you enjoy that. That's coming up. And then we're going to wrap up the show with my talk on small business tech. It's National Small Business Week, so I'm going to share a few tech tools for those small businesses out there, those self-employed folks, entrepreneurs, and so on, including yours truly, and all the different ways that apps and gear can help you stay on your game and remain productive and competitive, especially given what's going on in the world. So stay tuned for that. But if you have any feedback for me on what you like or don't like with Tech It Out, or if you have suggestions for upcoming guests or topics you'd like me to tackle, you can reach out privately or publicly. My email address is tech@marksaltzman.com. That's TECH@MARCSALTZMAN.com. If you're on social media, though, you can drop me a note. I'm online this weekend. Say hi. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube. And again, it's Mark Saltzman, Mark with a C, or you can search for Tech It Out or anything like that. Also, speaking of which, I write a tech tip of the day on social media. So a lot of the folks who follow me, they like these little tips and tricks that I give, little ways to get more out of your tech, saving you time or money. Or so, for example, if you can't find your iPhone or your Android phone in your home, you can ask your smart speaker to make it ring, even if it's on silent, and stuck between the sofa cushions. So you can say that wake word, I don't want to make your speakers go off, and then follow that by find my phone. And it's going to actually make it ring very loudly for you. Very cool. Another one that I shared last week was if you want to download a TikTok video, but you don't want that TikTok logo, that watermark on the screen, you can copy that link to the TikTok video into this website. It's ttdownloader.com. So ttdownloader.com. TT, of course, stands for TikTok. Tap the Get Video button, and then you can download it without that logo. And so that way you can enjoy and share that video. So that's a tech tip of the day. Here's another one that I shared last week that people seem to like. If you want to start getting less email, and who wouldn't, because it does eat into your productivity, and you're on an iPhone or an iPad, there's a really powerful unsubscribe option that's baked into Apple's own Mail app. It also works on Macs too, I should mention. All you have to do is this. The Mail app will automatically detect if it's a mailing list and ask you if you want to unsubscribe. So look for the blue unsubscribe button at the top of the email, and the Apple Mail app will do the rest. It will contact the sender and say that you want to be unsubscribed from that list. Very handy. A lot of people ignore that. Here's one more tech tip of the day that I shared last week. If you're sleeping through your smartphone's alarm, like it's not loud enough, place your smartphone in a glass by your bed or on your night table. It'll do two things. One, boost the audio significantly, so it's going to be much louder and you're going to be more motivated to turn that off in the morning. Secondly, it's harder to hit the snooze button when your phone is inside of a glass. You're going to have to work harder to turn it off and thus wake up faster. Cruel, but it works. So again, follow me on social media for those tech tips of the day. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. It's Mark Saltzman, Mark with a C, SALTZMAN. All right, when we return on Tech It Out, as promised, we're going to catch up with tech expert Amber Mack with some Mother's Day 2021 recommendations, some great gear for mom, even if she's not very tech savvy. And then after that, I'm going to share some tech tools in celebration of National Small Business Week. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
Breaking down geek speak into street speak. Tech It Out, hosted by Mark Saltzman.
Welcome back, everyone. You're listening to Tech It Out on the Radio America Network. This weekly show is powered by ASUS. ASUS creates technology for today and tomorrow's smart life. And that includes its line of award-winning laptops, like its ZenBook family, the VivoBooks, ExpertBooks, and Chromebooks, to name just a few of the kinds of laptops that they've got. Not to mention, for gamers, the ROG or Republic of Gamers line of laptops. Head on over to asus.com/US/radio for more info. That's asus.com/US/radio. We're celebrating Mom this weekend, of course, and so to learn more about the latest tech for that special mom in your life, tech expert Amber Mack is here with all the newest devices to help make memories, enjoy music, get help around the home, and a lot more. Welcome back to the show, Amber, and happy Mother's Day to you, by the way.
Thanks so much, Mark. Thanks for having me.
Why don't we start with a way to enjoy memories?
Yeah, this is so cool. This is the Aura Mason digital photo frame from Best Buy. And I absolutely love this because it makes it so easy to be able to share photos. So all you have to do is download an app and then you can upload photos through the app. And what's really cool about this is that if you were to send mom this digital frame, then mom could send a link to anyone to upload photos from across the country. So the idea is that you don't have to be in the same house. So I think it's just a cool way to share those family moments even while you're far apart.
Yeah, I love it. I remember back when digital photo frames were popular, even more than a decade ago, you had to pop a memory card out of your digital camera and then snap it into the back of the photo frame. So this simplifies the process, bringing them into the 2020s. So I like that a lot. And I know digital photo frames are making a comeback. So this is great. And before we continue, Amber, I just want to remind our listeners to go to ambermac.com for pricing on all of these items, whether you're buying it for Mother's Day or for yourself or for a future gift. So again, it's ambermac.com. Speaking of photos, Amber, what's an ideal smartphone to gift a mom who likes to capture memories?
Well, I think it's true to say that the best camera is the one that is in your pocket. And for pretty much all of us these days, that is your smartphone. So the phone that I've been testing out is the Samsung Galaxy S21 5G in Phantom Violet. So really pretty color. And what's cool about this is that it actually has 3 cameras on the back. Of course, it has the front-facing camera as well. And it has a really great night mode. So you can take photos in low light, portrait mode, which makes you look like you're a almost professional photographer, which is also great. And this is just a great option, again, for that mom who wants to be able to take really, really beautiful photos any time of the day.
And I use a Samsung Galaxy device. In fact, I have the Note 20. It's also a phenomenal smartphone camera, but this is the Galaxy S21, also with 5G cellular connectivity in Phantom Violet, which I think is great. And this is also an ideal phone for moms who like audio as well. Maybe they're out taking a walk, they're going for a jog around the block to get some fresh air and to enjoy their music or podcasts, right?
Yeah, so I've been seeing a lot more people, and I've started doing this as well, where I will always have my earbuds in pretty much all day long. So I wanted to mention also from Samsung, the Galaxy Buds Pro, and these are really, really great in terms of the audio quality. And once you put them in your ears, should mention that they have something called Intelligence Active Noise Cancellation. So that is just one way of saying that they block out some of that background noise. So I imagine a scenario like myself where my son is doing virtual school and I have to take a work call, or maybe I just want to listen to music or a podcast, and I'm able to block out some of that noise that's in my house. The same can be said if I'm walking down the sidewalk. So if you like really great audio, this is a really great option, also in that Phantom Violet.
Oh, okay. Same color as the device. And just to be clear, these Galaxy Buds Pro, they also work with non-Samsung smartphones too.
Exactly. And they have up to 18 hours of battery life on a single charge. So that's pretty long lasting.
Okay, Amber. And what mom wouldn't want a little help around the home so that could free up some time for them to do things that they actually enjoy? I think you have a solution for this, right?
I really do. So I'm one of those moms who lives in a house where I have a very large dog who likes to go in the backyard and make a mess. And same can be said of my husband and son. And so I always found myself sweeping and mopping on a regular basis. So the iRobot Brava Jet M6 mop is a robot mop, and it's able to sweep your floors, mop your floors. Mark, I've had this for more than a year, and I use it almost every single day. It has an app that will allow you to schedule times if you want to mop at the same time every day. There are keep out zones. That means that it knows to stay away from my dog's pet dishes is one example. So lots of intelligence built in. But I think most importantly, really it is about saving time. I don't enjoy mopping or sweeping every day, and I'm not sure many people do.
I got to tell you, Amber, this is my wife's favorite gadget that we own as well, the Brava Jet M6. So we have this running, not every day, but we do have it running in our home. And you're right, with the app, it'll show you an overhead view of the job it did when it's done. And then you can label that. So it looks kind of like a blueprint of a floor of your home. If for those listening in Radioland can visualize it, like an overhead look at the different rooms, like kitchen and family room and dining room and all that. But it doesn't know it, obviously. So you have to just give it a name like kitchen. And then what you can do going forward, using your voice with a smart speaker or through the app, is to just say, okay, Brava, just clean my kitchen. Like you can specify the room, and that's the only job it'll do for those smaller jobs, which I think is really smart. Again, that's the iRobot Brava Jet M6 robotic mop. Very cool. And then why don't we end off on a Canadian product that brings tech to the bathroom?
Yeah, so this is a company out of Montreal, and it's called the High-Low Light Smart Mirror. And we're seeing more and more smart mirrors out there, whether you're doing virtual fitness at home or you want to read the newspaper headlines in the morning in a digital way. So this is a mirror that I've been using. And so when I'm getting ready for my Zoom call in the morning, I will do my makeup and maybe I'll watch a video to catch up on news because there's a screen in the mirror.
That's super cool. Unfortunately, we're going to have to leave it there. And I know the best website to see all of this is at your site, ambermac.com. Thanks so much for your time. And once again, have a happy Mother's Day weekend. All the best.
Thanks so much, Mark.
We'll be right back with more Tech It Out.
Follow Mark Saltzman on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Listen to Tech It Out whenever you want.
So I had a lot of fun last Tuesday doing a handful of TV interviews across the country, all tied to Small Business Week. You know, this is a celebration of all the millions of small companies out there working so hard to put food on the table. They're often an underappreciated segment of the economy, but a huge one. And so I partnered with a few awesome brands to help supersize your small business. I shared a couple of tech tools on about 20 to 25 TV stations that can really help make a difference in your productivity and efficiency. So I thought I would share 4 of them with you. Why don't we start off with a computer? I would argue that a PC is absolutely critical. So I would recommend the HP Elite Folio. This is the world's first pull-forward business convertible PC. So this means that you can pull the 13.5-inch screen towards you and then lay it flat over the keyboard to use in tablet or pen mode. And that pen is included, by the way. It's magnetically affixed to the bottom of the screen, so it's always in place there. And the transition is really smooth. It's so clever. What a versatile device, because you can use it like a laptop and then you can use it like a tablet or to jot things down with that digital pen. And it's stunning as well with its flexible magnesium unibody. Under the hood, it's powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon processor and supports optional 5G connectivity and Wi-Fi 6 for super fast speeds outside and inside your home. My favorite feature is the battery life. It tops 24.5 hours. That's right, more than a day of performance out of the HP Elite Folio, so you can leave that charger at home. It starts at $1889 at hp.com. Next up, I talked about some online tools that can make a business run more smoothly. Specifically, if you're tired of that traditional pen and paper signature process, which is not convenient or secure or easy to manage, HelloSign.com, a Dropbox company, brings signatures into the 21st century. And it's ideal, especially for the millions of us now working remotely because of the pandemic. It's a fast, intuitive, and secure e-signature solution. So HelloSign.com makes it easy to sign documents electronically online using your fingertip on a mobile device like a smartphone or a tablet, or a mouse on a laptop or desktop. Instead of that painstaking process of printing, signing, and scanning documents, and then having to email them back to the sender or even faxing them if you remember that, the much better solution is HelloSign.com, and it's free to get going. Of course, our smartphones are also an essential tool in today's day and age, and regardless of the phone that you've got, and regardless of the carrier, doesn't matter which provider you're on, you can significantly boost the reception that you're getting while working from home, or this time of year, maybe a summer home like a cottage or a cabin. After all, it can be embarrassing to have those missed or dropped calls. Am I right? So I talked about a cellular signal booster on the air last week. It was the SureCall Flare 3.0, an award-winning and powerful cellular signal booster that can significantly boost calls, texts, and data speeds, and up to 3,500 square feet, so even for larger properties. It's a small sort of triangular booster, pretty funky looking, for inside your home, connected to an antenna mounted outside. SureCall Flare 3.0 costs $379 at SureCall.com. Finally, I left off on a website that I would recommend for a business, and it's called Fiverr. That's Fiverr with 2 R's. It's a simple to use yet versatile platform for hiring freelance experts to help power your business in over 500 categories, in fact, from building a website or creating an app to managing your company's social media presence to even writing a jingle. All the services that you outsource to professionals through Fiverr can fit your budget, yet they're high quality and often with a quick turnaround. In fact, I've used Fiverr several times over the years to create logos for this show and other radio programs that I host, and I've never been disappointed with the results, and without breaking the bank as well. Check out Fiverr.com for more. In fact, for everything that I covered now, and even to see them in action, you can head over to killerapps.com. And congrats to all those small businesses out there celebrating National Small Business Week. Actually, there's one more product I'd recommend as we wrap up another episode of Tech It Out, and that's external hard drives or solid state drives as a smart offline backup solution. Sure, embrace the cloud, leverage the cloud. It's great to have your files stored somewhere else off-site just in case of, heaven forbid, a fire or flood or something like that. And it's easy to share large files when they're stored off-site by sending a link to somebody. But I'm a big fan of SanDisk solid state drives. These are tiny little external drives that plug into your computer's USB port. There's software included, or you can download for free to automatically back up your important business files on a regular basis, like every night at, say, 2 in the morning or something like that. Or you can manually drag and drop them from, say, Windows Explorer or Finder on a Mac. But definitely have an offline solution just in case the internet goes down and so on. So I love the SanDisk SSDs or solid state drives. You can go to sandisk.com for more. Thank you for tuning in to Tech It Out, everyone. Have a great rest of your weekend. Once again, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. And I look forward to catching up with you next weekend on another episode of Tech It Out. Bye-bye for now.